Hey, welcome to another video on Expected Value Lotto, where we look at US scratch tickets and their expected values. And before we get into this one, I just want to mention that I was just recently able to put memberships up on my channel. So if you have found the information that I put out useful and you would like to support what I'm doing over here, feel free to do that. I would greatly appreciate it. If not, no worries. But here we go for this video. In this video, we're looking at the new Florida Lottery $30 $15 million Gold Rush Multiplier ticket. This is part of the September 2024 series of tickets that came out in Florida this past week. And this one is a number match game, and there are a bunch of multipliers you can find. There's 5x, 10x, 20x, 50x, 100x, and 300x. And then there are two symbols as well. You can find coins for an instant win or a gold bag for an instant $500. I think I said gold bag. It is a gold bar. My bad. Now here on this page, we're looking at the prize structure and odds that the Florida Lottery put out on this game. Overall odds are 1 in 2.6, and it does look like you can win anywhere from 30 bucks up to $15 million. I really like the $15 million prize on the $30 ticket. Gives you something to play for, life-changing money if you were to, if lightning were to strike. Now looking at the rest of the prize structure, I'm not crazy about the odds on the $1 million and $100,000 prizes. 1 in 3.6 million seems a little excessive. Why even have those prizes if you're going to make them virtually impossible to hit? So I don't really like that. And then the other thing that catches my eye is the 1 in 6 odds for the break-even prize. What that means is that, there are going to be a lot of break-evens, and it's going to be a little monotonous and a little boring if you are playing a bunch of these. Now, we do need to mention taxes in Florida for any prize over $5,000. They're automatically going to take out 24% in taxes. I don't view the tax money as part of the value of a game, and so that is going to affect how I view these top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 prizes. So instead of what we see here on the screen, I'm going to view these as $7,600, $15,200, $76,000, $760,000, and then the top prize as $11.4 million. So that is a lot of money being taken out just in taxes on this game. But with all of those adjustments, when you run the numbers on this game, you find out that the payout comes in between 78 and 79%. Now this is a pretty good number. It's way above the minimum 70% payout that we look for on all tickets. So we'll see how this compares to other $30 tickets as we go through the video. But we do need to mention that the 78% payout does include all of the top prizes and upper mid-tier prizes, which not a lot of people are going to be winning, which means very few people are actually going to see 78% payout on this game. And so what we want to know now is, what is the payout going to be for the average person with average luck who may not be winning the top prizes? And in order to figure that out, we're going to subtract out the value of the top 1% of prizes, recalculate, and see what that new payout number is going to be. So looking back here at the prize structure, the separation between the top 1% and bottom 99% of prizes happens here at the $500 prize level. And so what I'm noticing right away is that over half of the prize structure is reserved for the top 1% of winners. I'm not crazy about a prize structure that excludes 99% of people from accessing it. I just think, I don't know why a game would, or a lottery would organize a game that way. But that's the way they did it. And I'll mention the split at the $500 prize level in a minute, but if you are playing this game, when you do win on it, you're going to expect to see a prize somewhere between 30 bucks and $500. Now, that $500 prize is going to be tough to hit. The split there at the $500 prize level is 1 to 99. So only 1% of these $500 prizes fall here in the bottom of the prize structure. So basically, you're playing for somewhere between $30 and $200. It's going to be really tough to hit the $500 prize. And 99% of the $500 prizes are going to join all of these other prizes to make up the top 1% of prizes. Now, top 1% prizes are really difficult to hit. If you want to know the odds of hitting one, look at the overall odds, move the decimal point 2 spaces to the right, and you find out that only about 1 in every 260 tickets has a top 1% prize on it, which means you are in $7,800 before you would expect to see even one of these top 1% prizes. So that's really significant information to note if you are thinking about playing this game. Now, because so few people are going to be winning these top 1% prizes, we're going to take the value of all of these, subtract it from the payout number you saw before, and that's going to leave us with the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes, where 99% of people are going to be playing this game. And when we do that, we find out that the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes comes in just over 60%. Now, this is a tough number on a $30 ticket. This does meet the minimum payout that we look for the bottom 99% of prizes. But usually that happens, on $2, $5 tickets. On a $30 ticket, I would expect way more payout in the bottom 99% of prizes than 60%. So to me, this is going to be a kind of a rough ticket for the 99% of people who are losing on it. Now here on this page, we are tracking the increases and decreases in Florida $30 tickets. This is only the second $30 ticket that's come out in Florida in the past, year and a half or so. The last one that came out 2 years ago. So this is a pretty rare occurrence that Florida would get a $30 ticket. But you can see there was a pretty big increase in value from the previous $30 ticket, which is great to see. And if you are playing $30 tickets in Florida, up here in green, you see the best one in every category. So if you're playing for overall payout, play the Gold Rush Multiplier. It's got so much more value than the Florida 300X the cash. If you're playing for odds, Gold Rush Multiplier has the best odds. Now here's where you got to be cautious. If you are a more conservative player and like to hold on to as much of your money as possible, 300X of cash has more money at the bottom of the prize structure by a little bit. But if you are more of a high roller and like to win a little bit more money when you are lucky enough to hit in the top 1%, Gold Rush Multiplier has a lot more money at the top. And then we are keeping track of top prizes over here as well. Now here on this page, we are building out the list, ranking Florida $30 tickets. Gold Rush Multiplier is at the top by quite a bit. Here we are building out the list for the bottom 99% payout for these $30 tickets in Florida. Gold Rush Multiplier is in second place by a good amount there. Now here on this page, this is where we get to compare $30 tickets across states. And so let's see, 7862 was good enough, that it's pretty much right in the middle of the list as far as $30 tickets go, which means Florida is competitive with what New York, Texas, California are doing, but not so much with what Massachusetts and Georgia are doing. And the $30 ticket category is where Georgia really shines. 3 of their $30 tickets have had right at 83% payout. And that's about as good as you're going to get on any scratch ticket. So these tickets are really, really strong. And we have to ask the question, if Georgia can put out $30 tickets at 83% payout and make plenty of money doing it, then why is Florida putting out $30 tickets at 78% payout? 78% is not a bad number, but it's not 83%. And that's a lot of money here that separates the Gold Rush Multiplier from the $1 billion bonanza. A lot of money into the hands of the players. This 78% payout is almost 4.5 percentage points less than what Georgia Lottery has done with $1 billion bonanza and VIP billionaire. And 4.5%, while it doesn't sound like a lot, it's a huge amount of money. When you think about how many tickets go into just one scratch game can easily have 10 million tickets that make up the game. Multiply that by the $30 price tag, and that's $300 million wrapped up in just one of these scratch games. And 4.5% of 300 million is $13.5 million that the Georgia Lottery is putting into the hands of its players with these $1 billion bonanza and VIP billionaire tickets that the Florida Lottery is basically stealing from its players. And again, this is not a horrible number, 78%, but they're holding back a lot of money that they don't have to hold back. And so, again, I don't like to see scratch players get taken advantage of, but, I feel like the Florida Lottery is doing that a little bit with this Gold Rush Multiplier ticket. Now, what I want to do, I didn't prepare to do this, but I'm going to look back and see exactly how many tickets. So the odds of winning the top prize are about 1 in 5.5 million. That's like 22 million tickets. So that $13.5 million figure that I gave you that the Florida Lottery is holding back, that was based on 10 million tickets. This has over 20 million tickets. So multiply that by 2, that's $27 million that the Florida Lottery is holding out and not putting into the hands of its players. And I'm not okay with that. That is way too much money for the Florida Lottery to basically steal from its customer base. It's too much. Even though the 78% is not a bad number, 27 it's to me it's inexcusable. It feels wrong. So that's kind of my feeling on this ticket, based on what other states can do. Now here on this page, we are ranking these $30 tickets based on the bottom 99% payout. 6006, that's the fourth toughest $30 ticket that's come out from the 6 states that we're looking at on the channel. Like I said before, I think I mentioned this earlier, when I'm dealing with $30 tickets, I'm looking for bottom 99% payouts around the 70% mark. So, 69 to 70, and then in really good cases 71%. But this is like where I want to see the bottom 99% payout, because when you're losing on a $30 ticket, it's painful because $30 is a lot of money. And so to have a 60% payout for that bottom 99%, it is going to hurt a lot of people. So please be cautious if you're playing this ticket, because you could lose a lot of money really quickly. Now here on this page, we have the top 36 tickets we've reviewed on the channel so far. 7862, not good enough to make this list, which is a shame. I think every $30 ticket that comes out from every state at this point in the history of this channel should be on this list. The deal is that Massachusetts has $10 tickets that regularly come out at 80% payout, and that's the bar. I mean, any ticket that comes out that costs more than $10 should have over 81% payout. If it doesn't, it's unexcusable. So, this new Gold Rush Multiplier ticket is about, 2.5 percentage points off from where it really needs to be. Otherwise, why not just play $10 tickets for Massachusetts? You're going to get more bang for your buck from a ticket that costs a third of the price. To me, it's a no-brainer. You just play Massachusetts $10 tickets with somebody on social media. Now here on this page, these are the top 36 tickets based on the bottom 99% payout. This new Gold Rush Multiplier has 60% payout for the bottom 99%. That's so far off this list, which is, again, that's really, really tough for an expensive ticket. So I'm not crazy about, the way that the prize structure is organized on this one. I do like the top prize, but it's just really, it's too tough of a ticket for the average person who's losing on it. I do like that the value came up from the previous $30 ticket. It is the best $30 ticket that you've got in Florida, so there's that. But it's not where it needs to be. I mean, you shouldn't have a $30 ticket with less payout than a $10 ticket, even if it is from another state. So, I would rather buy 3 $10 tickets from Massachusetts than buy one $30 Gold Rush Multiplier from Florida. So that's kind of how I feel about this one. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would play this or not if I lived in Florida, but if you're playing it, good luck on it. Hopefully you'll win some prizes in the top 1%. If you do, let us know in the comment section below so we can congratulate you, but be careful with this one. But that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.